True Detective made quite the splash when the first season was released. The pairing of Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey led to an amazing show. There was a dark atmosphere and poignant undertones that fascinated millions of viewers. These themes would carry over to seasons 2 and 3, but nothing would ever hit the same level of quality as that first season. We have another shot at greatness, though. There's a new season with Jodie Foster and Kaylee Reese as our leading roles. This new season, called 9 Country, is not connected to previous narratives in any way. While previous connections between seasons were marginal at best, it's exciting to see what they have planned for this completely disconnected season. Saying it more simply, I just hope this shit's good. The show starts with a group of researchers going missing, and the detectives investigating the scene of the crime, a research station, realize that foul play is at hand. Night Country carries a lot of welcome staples from the True Detective IP. We have 2 damaged detectives who barely keep their personal lives together while investigating a gruesome and heinous crime, while all these events take place in the most rural parts of the country. We're extremely rural this time too. We're in Alaska, during the long night, which is an interesting backdrop, but unfortunately there's also a lot of unwelcomed aspects in this new season. I have a bit to say, so let's start with the good. This subtle question has always been asked in this show. Is it possible for a great detective to be a well-balanced person? Aren't the same character flaws that afflict this person the same flaws that allow them to do their job and understand the people they're trying to apprehend? It's fascinating, and obviously I'm not trying to say that law enforcement has to be corrupt to do their jobs effectively, but it's a question I often ponder when revisiting this show and seeing this new season. That brings me to my main takeaway when completing my viewing. Night Country is only interesting when Jodie Foster's magnificent acting and Kaylee Reese's sporadic acting meet the emulated themes of previous seasons. Anything new in this season just feels shoehorned or out of place. Am I gatekeeping True Detective? No, I'm gatekeeping what used to be a well-thought-out story arc. There is so much unnecessary mysticism in this season. They spent the first 5 episodes adding more and more spooky stuff to the point where I felt like I was watching a B-grade horror film on Shudder. Audiences have their hand held to the conclusion that spirits are the main reason we are seeing these crimes, but by the time we reach the end, there's almost a half-in-the-bag approach to the resolution. It's as if the writers are saying, yeah, ghosts are involved and people know about the ghosts, but this is still a crime thriller, even though we've done everything in our power to get away from that feeling.
You have a smooth brain.
6 episodes is a little short for a season of True Detective, but honestly, I don't even feel like they had enough to fill that. There are a lot of useless subplots in Night Country, mostly revolving around Jodie Foster's character. She has this stepdaughter that she clashes with all the time because why not? She's also fucking this other member of law enforcement because why not? Most egregious of all is her son that has passed away. This subplot was only added to give Jodie and Reese something to argue about. Kaylee Reese has a lot of spirituality about her character, and Jodie Foster does not. There you go. I summarized their relationship.
You're welcome.
I'd say it's satisfying by the show's end, but I'd be lying to you. I'm being really hard on Night Country, but it's hard not to be. Mainly because I'm disappointed. I heard about Night Country a couple of weeks before it aired, and I was stoked to see Jodie Foster as the lead. This is Claire Reese coming to the world of True Detective. A match made in heaven if I've ever seen one. It's too bad they didn't give her much to work with. Jodie Foster is doing her best, but the character of Liz is a cynical, selfish bitch. Even if you play that role well, it's still not easy for the audience to like a main character like that. This could have been saved by Kaylee Reese as Navarro, but she isn't given much to work with either. Plus, her acting is a bit hit and miss. I'm convinced that's the fault of the script, but I had to mention it at this point. There were a couple of her deliveries that had my eyes rolling. While editing this, I found out that she was a boxer, and I'm pretty sure I mispronounced her name at some point during my recording. She could kick my ass. Just had to say that here. Disappointingly wasted potential is the phrase I'd use to summarize this season, and I would not recommend wasting your time on this one. Watch the older seasons if you're looking for a crime thriller fix. That's it for me. And as always, thank you for your time.